WBO Middleweight title against Chris Eubank. The Dark Destroyer against the man who called himself simply the best. This was much more than a boxing match. This was the settling of a grudge between two men who didn't care much for each other and whose personal animosity had captured the imagination of the British public.
This fight means as much to me. I can say this as much to me as my relationship with my fiancée Sharon. I really do detest the guy. It's no height whatsoever.
I've watched him on tapes, watching me, right? You know I can take your boy. You're petrified, and I know you are. Your boy's mine. It's done. It's a foregone conclusion.
But Nigel Benn was the hot favourite. He was the man with the savage power, described by American fight promoter Bob Arum as the most exciting boxer in the world, an assessment few would argue with. But a string of impressive victories counted for little as far as Eubank was concerned. The sharp dresser from the South Coast was the darling of the British media. His self-confidence knew no bounds. The defending champion's sole blemish had come a year earlier against Michael Watson. He struggled to make the weight, but that record of 25 KOs was intimidating. Chris Eubank came in as WBC International Champion. He said it was just business. It was a business he did extraordinarily well.
And this man, the man they love to hate, the Booze, he'll vault over the top rope. He always does. Tonight won't be any different. What I tell you. And he'll just stalk around a little bit. There comes the belt. The WBO Championship belt, Ambrose Mendy, Victor Andretti, and the WBO Middleweight Champion of the World, the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn, and unquestionably the people's favourite, the bookies' favourite. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Eubank has not moved a muscle since getting in.
He does this, you know, as part of self-control. He said very few fighters can get in the ring and stand absolutely static. It's all part of his temperament and control, and he looks magnificent.
He'll need it, Jim. He'll need it tonight, I tell you. He'll need it tonight, I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be the big night for him, I tell you. It's all or nothing.
Ben's going to come out like a wild tiger. Eyeball to eyeball they go.
Ambrose Mendy calming him down a little bit. He is one very, very hyped up guy. And one of these daft little things that you notice at a world title fight, would you believe there's a butterfly fluttering around in the ring? That's weird.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Eubank is absolutely impassive.
25 inside the distance, 13 of them inside one round. The Dark Destroyer, the world champion.
This is where the hype stops and the fighting starts.
That's right, mate.
Nigel Benn scale, 11 stone, 5 3/4 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Don't forget Eubank has got a lot of money on himself to win in the first round.
£1,000 at 40 to 1.
Moment of truth.
The instructions.
Richard Steele won't stand any of Chris's messing and posing. He'll get them on in there and get them started.
Eubank giving Ben the sort of look.
The beginning of what
somebody comes with a tax demand, not friendly. Scheduled for 12 rounds, this is the main event. We've had all the build-up. The pair genuinely do not like each other.
It'll be interesting to see, has Ben learned from his experience against Watson? Will he go in and use a jab, or will he get stuck straight in? I don't think he'll be. There's been so many words crossed and so many bad things said about one another, they'll not be able to refuse a slam up in the first round, I don't think. Here we go.
Well, as you said, Barry, the hype is over. It's time for the fighting. The champ and the challenger. Round one, here we go.
Chris, he's got to keep his hands up. He's going to be unloading Ben.
But he does not want to get trapped in the corner.
That's right. He's come back himself, Chris. A couple of good hooks. Got to get those hands up. Ben is going gunning for him. No messing about here. No fancy boxing. It's just slam bang.
Well, we've yet to really ever discover whether Eubank can take a shot tonight. We will find out if he can.
We certainly will.
And remember, 13 of Ben's fights have ended inside a round. And a further 8 in round 2. This guy does not hang about.
Good right hand from Eubanks. Good right hand. Very good.
And that hurt Ben.
Listen, Ben's legs are shaking. It's just trouble for him here. Here we have Chris smiling at him again. He's got to do it all tonight. Definitely hurt Ben with that right hand. But he's got to keep his hands up. That's when Ben's at his most dangerous.
Well, Ben has been telling us all for weeks, or Eubank, I should say, has been telling us all for weeks. Ben is tailor-made for him. We shall see. What a bad first round for the challenger.
Absolutely not. He certainly is shaking down. Another right hand is shaking.
Through again.
This is exciting stuff. What an atmosphere, I'll tell you. Eubanks is growing in confidence. He's got to keep those hands up because if Ben clips him, he'll know all about it.
Well, Ben's 2 world title victories against Aaron Barkley. Doug DeWitt against fighters arguably past their best. Eubank isn't, that's for sure. And any flaws that Eubank can find in Ben, you can bet your life will be ruthlessly exposed.
The one advantage he has over Ben is he's 2 years younger and he certainly is fresher. But he's got to keep those hands up. I'm a bit worried that he's inclined to drop his hands. He landed a good right hand. He's definitely won this first round, no question about that. I'm surprised at Ben. He's just coming loading up with every shot. He's not trying to box, not trying to jab. He's just coming in there, walking straight in, slam bang. Every punch is a knockout punch. He hasn't learned by his mistake with Watson.
Well, that's the Ben way.
Let's not forget that one of those punches can end the fight. So just keep your eyes on this one. This is going to be a good one way or the other.
That's got the Marquis of Queensbury spinning. Richard Steele has none of it. Oh, good right.
Eubanks is very accurate with that right hand. He's smacking him right down the pipe every single time. Ben's starting to use the jab now. That's what he's got to do to beat Eubanks.
End of the first round, definitely the challenger's round.
I don't know how the fighters are feeling, but it's tremendous.
Oh, it was an excellent first round for Chris Eubank. Got through.
I think Eubank has lost his ground.
We've noticed in a lot of Eubank's fights, he's got a tendency to get caught, and against a puncher like Ben, that could be so dangerous. Like that!
Good shot. Beautiful right hand from Nigel Benn, and he went right down to Eubank's feet, but he's taking it well.
And again, you just cannot take liberties against a man like Nigel Benn. And Ben tucking up very well as Eubank came in.
Ben looks to me as if he wants to walk right through anything Eubanks can offer.
Well, Eubank can bang a bit.
Little nod of approval from Eubank. I don't know what that was about. Maybe because it was missed. Ben's got the eyes of a hunter. He's really going for broke now, as early as the second round.
Ben has said that if Eubank beats him tonight, he'll retire. Well, you can believe that or not, as the case may be, but it just shows how important this fight is in the mind of the champion.
Good shot from Eubank this time.
Good right hand.
Ben's took it well.
and stung the champion, comes back.
Sunk a good body shot in there to Eubank. Ben did caught him underneath the left hook.
There's a terrific body puncher, is Nigel Benn.
Let's hope these fighters, which they should be, are both in the best of condition, because they're going to need to, the way this is going.
Well, not one single pundit reckon this would go to the full 12. I'll be surprised if it does, I must admit.
A lot of them have got any butterflies. They haven't wasted no time getting them out of their system.
Eubank having to dance.
Eubank tried the uppercut and come unstuck. Ben caught him with a counter. For a split second, he was in a little bit of trouble.
Tucking up. Living dangerously, the challenger.
And Ben's showing the power to walk through at the moment.
And he's taking a leaf out of Michael Watson's book, the champ.
This is a war. Good left hook. Ben's up. Ben's up.
And Eubank comes storming in.
Ben is in trouble. That was a brilliant left hook.
Champ on the ropes and taking punishment.
Big trouble.
This is comes back. This is what he did against Logan.
He's at his most dangerous now.
His legs are gone, Ben.
Eubanks has got him. There's big trouble here. This is it. Now what? Be careful.
This is what I was saying all along. Eubanks is accurate. He gets a man in trouble.
There's the bell. Round 3.
Ben still looks badly hurt there. He looks shaky, but you know, we've watched him in the past, and we watched him against DeWitt, and we watched him against Barkley, and he only seems to start going when he gets tired. Eubanks hurt him in that last round. He certainly did, but my worry with Eubanks is that he doesn't take a good body shot, and you know, I'm a bit concerned if Ben starts going for the body. He's got to be careful for these first few rounds. Ben is at his most dangerous when he's hurt. Don't you forget that.
Eubank, small band of supporters in a definite minority, trying to get behind him, but ships a good right hand and caught and in trouble, but fights back. This is some fight.
Eubanks was hurt, certainly hurt there. Ben is there's no question about Ben is an explosive hitter at short distance. No jabs, look, there's no jabs here at all. It's just a complete war. Slam bang.
If we wondered whether Eubank could take a shot, we're finding out tonight. He's talking to Ben now, taunting him. Come and hit me. Well, he's answered the argument so far about his chin.
Good body shot by Eubanks, and the switch with the left hook to the head. Again, the switching from one to the other, and they're both hurt continuously throughout the first 2 rounds. Incredible fight. We all said it would be exciting whether it lasted 3 rounds or 3 minutes or 12 rounds, and it certainly has lived up to that expectation so far.
Indeed. Eubank, a little swollen, high on the left cheek.
Eubanks looks the more tired of the two. That's a beautiful right uppercut again. Every time
and again.
Yes. Oh yes. Now you see, watch Ben when he gets hurt.
Oh.
Another right hand. Here we go. Look at this.
Let's rumble.
Let's have a war here.
This man is lethal when he's hurt. He's like a wounded tiger. That's when he is at his most dangerous. And he has been caught with some good shots by Eubank.
Oh,
like that.
Left jab, good right hand return from Ben. It's a super fight. Another right hand from Eubank. Left hook too. Good shot.
Something's got to give.
These are bombs, I'll tell you. Both fighters are tired, and this is only the 3rd round. They've been having a go at one another. There's no question about that.
Ben working for the openings, Eubank. Wonderful reflexes. Oh, legs are wobbling.
Oh, a right uppercut. Look, good right hand from Eubank. That's
What
the end
can
of
you
the
say
3rd
about
round.
this fight? But I've got to say, Barry, that Eubank is looking a little shaky at this point.
Certainly is, yeah. He looks the more tired of the two, and he certainly looks shaky. He slumped down on his stool there. I tell you, he took advantage of that 60 seconds. Right down first thing, and that's what he should have been doing from the start. What a fight, I tell you.
Jimmy, every time Eubank comes through to Ben and hurts him, Ben seems to move up a gear.
Yeah, as Barry was saying earlier, this is Nigel's great strength. When he's in trouble, he's at his most dangerous, and he proved it yet again in that round. The pace of this fight is tremendous. One's going to catch up to one of them very, very soon. They both look tired as Barry Tan, and who wants it most, as we were saying earlier?
Well, Benn's conditioning against Eubank's conditioning, the ability to take a punch. Round 4 coming up, and both men have absorbed a bit of stick so far, but Eubank did look tired at the end of that round.
I'll tell you what, both fighters have put enough work in the opening for 3 rounds to last for a 12-round contest. Tremendous. A lot of hatred being expended. The concentration on both of their faces, in their eyes, is something for everyone to look at and say, Jesus, look at that right hand. Oh, Ben Shamrock's learnt in the States.
Ben smiles through the pain, covers up. A lot of those shots are going on the arms or on the gloves. A few of them are getting through, though.
And Eubank's expending a lot of energy there as well. Quality punches as he was letting them go, but he's put a lot into it. We've all asking what Nigel's learnt in the States, but he showed there, he shook it off, done a little bit of possum playing, and still in the fight.
Ben's left eye closing, swollen. Cheek looking very puffy. Chris Eubank cut about the mouth. Well, you can't have bombs like this flying around without signs of damage.
Eubank knows how to pace out a round as well. He's stealing the breather he needs right now, as you notice. Not throwing nothing, but still thinking, red alert. He needs to be. Ben's right in front of him.
The pattern emerging now. Eubank fighting in little clusters. About 15-30 seconds worth of activity. A little break. Good way of conserving energy when you're fighting at this pace. The body shot hurt.
It certainly did. It went right down to Chris's boots. That was a tremendous shot. This is a war. Now, boxing at this level, this is what it's all about. Skill, guts, pride, it's all there.
Eubank forced to hold for dear life.
He took a big right hand there, Dave. Bang on. But Ben's eyes come up alarmingly.
Yeah, the left eye.
And Eubank knows it.
Must be very disconcerting. Ben smiling, snarling at the challenger.
He never used to do that.
All the body shots, they do hurt.
He certainly do.
Ben always moving, looking for the opening.
Both guys have shown they can take each other's best shots.
Seconds out, round 5.
Round 5. And, you know, the great Michael Nunn, the IBF middleweight champion in the crowd tonight. He might have to fight one of these boys. I'm sure he doesn't relish that prospect too greatly.
Both fighters are very tired. The referees have very little to do. Look at Ben's left eye.
Ben's left eye is in a horrible state. It's almost closed.
Completely. He hurt Eubanks with some tremendous left hooks and right hands to the body. Now, it's all down to who's the fittest. I'm telling you, this is not a fight. This is not a boxing match. This is a complete war. Referees have very little to do. Just pull them apart and let them get on with it again. What a fight. It's been fantastic.
Well, we thought if there was a little chink in Eubank's arm, it would be the body shots. And Nigel Benn's been exploiting that, and he has hurt Eubank. There is no doubt about that. He's made the challenger suffer.
About that. And I'm sure he's going to be told by Vic Andretti in the corner to go for his body. But the problem is, while he's coming forward, he's leaving himself open.
But that right eye looks a bit of an alarming state. It's not cut, it's just grotesquely swollen. Absolutely. Just a little slit, and of course with Eubank bombing over the big right hands, that puts the champ at an enormous disadvantage.
See what Eubanks is doing now, he's threatening to throw punches, but he's not actually throwing them, and he's taking a rest. And Benn's falling for it. He's making the mistakes of dropping his hands himself. I'm afraid to open your mouth here, because every time I say something, the other one gets on top.
Oh, and the left gets through to Ben.
Eubank is coming forward now himself. He's taking the initiative.
Well, Eubank has taken some of Ben's best shots, and the ones around the head, he's proved he can take them. The body shots to him are the danger.
They've both got to take a rest now. The pace of the fight has slowed down a bit because they're both tired. It's been so many bombs been thrown in the first couple of rounds that they're both extremely tired, and they're both trying to use the jab now and feel each other out. Ben's eye is closing rapidly. God, that must have been some right hand.
Yeah, people talk about that Hearns and Hagler war. This isn't far behind, I tell you that.
This is our domestic Hearns and Hagler, yes.
You said it, Barry. And Eubank growing in confidence, having a good round, the challenger.
This is a rest round for both fighters. Haven't been getting close. Eubanks has kept at a distance. It's been a good educational round for him. He's been thinking it through, taking his time, taking a rest. And Ben has allowed him to get away with it up to now. Dare I say it. These guys will have respect for each other. If they didn't before, they'll have it after this fight, whichever one wins.
Challenges round.
Definitely. Eubank seems to have slipped into a groove now. He's almost enjoying what he's doing.
Every time he wins a round, Jimmy, watch what he does. He walks around and poses. He should be taking advantage of every single second of the break that he has, because he's tired. Like, he's not cutting anybody by walking around and posing. He should be taking a rest, taking his time, filling his lungs up with air and getting washed down with cold water to try and revive himself for the next round.
Well, you can see the Ben corner working on that damaged left eye. We've got the iron out. Cold iron. Ambrose Mendy looking a little bit anxious.
Eubank answered the question that I posed at the beginning. He certainly hasn't froze. If anything, he's rose to the occasion. And right now, this title's really up for grabs.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. It's in the balance here, and boys down to who's the fittest, who wants it the most.
Eubanks believes when the bell went, the title was vacant. Sneering at Ben, talking to him.
Round 6. Of this titanic struggle for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the world.
Eubanks doesn't want to get sloppy. He'll stick what he's doing. He's boxing well, but he's starting to get involved in the showboating and making silly boxing mistakes, which are crazy at this level, especially against the punch of Nigel's cruising power.
The corner haven't been able to do much with Ben's left eye in the intra round.
It's getting into a bit of outsmarting each other match, and that'll suit Eubanks. You know, Nigel's name is to rumble forward. He said himself publicly he's a fighter, he's a slugger. That's what he needs to do to retain his title. He's not going to outbox Chris Eubank.
Well, of course, the pace has noticeably dropped, but there's no way they could have kept the first 4 rounds up. That was Grand Prix stuff.
I'm just wondering how concerned Ben is about that eye, but he's talking back to Eubank now.
Referee Steele says, come on guys, let's have some action.
As Eubank never turned up at the press conference yesterday, maybe Nigel's telling him what he wanted to tell him.
The eye, at least from Ben's viewpoint, not getting any worse. It is not completely closed. We will still have some vision out of it. Oh, look at the right lead. Oh, that's low, 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 and Eubank in trouble and hurt.
It's moments like this can turn fights, you know, depending on the reaction from the fighter. Chris had just caught Nigel with a good right hand.
Now the rule says that the referee can give him as long as he likes to recover from this. And he'll use his own initiative. He'll decide when he's ready to go on, but he's allowed to have as much time as he likes to recover from that blow.
sensible advice from Nigel Benn's corner, telling him to keep his hands up. He needs to. Eubank is getting very accurate with the right hand.
Oh, maybe the writing on the wall now for the challenger. The body shots clearly hurting him, and that shot into the cup. He's got to get on his bike.
Chopped in the right hand there. Nigel's really putting the pressure on now. Chris responding. They're trying to fight back at every opportunity.
And Benner's going to be winging in these body shots, you can be sure of that now. That's his route to victory.
There's respect, as Barry said, from both fighters now. There's no question about that.
Those body shots are starting to cut Eubank in half.
Let's give Ben the green lights, and he knows what to aim for. Ben's eyes old enough as well.
Yes. It's not getting... The corner haven't been able to improve it, but at least it's not getting worse.
Oh, that was a good right
hand. That won't help it.
He's in trouble now.
Look at the low punch.
Yeah, this is very low indeed, right
boy.
up the cup, and he deserved all the time he wanted there to recover from that.
And Eubank looking aggrieved. How dare you?
The problem is, in this next round, Ben's going to go for him, because those body punches hurt him. There's no question. And you can't shake off the effects of the body punches, whereas you can shake off the effects of a head punch. You can clear your head in a round or two. You can't take away the effects of body shots. What a combination of punches there. This is a superb fight. One of the best domestic fights I've seen in a long, long time. And because of its importance, it will last forever, I'll tell you.
Well, the last fight to capture the public imagination, as I said earlier, was Bruno against Bugner, but that was a contest between two mismatched boxers, but this is for real.
Yeah, this is a tremendous fight. Eubanks is watching his Ben's body shots. They're really hurting him, and he's got to keep him away from him. That's the thing. He's got to keep him away from him, and he's much more effective. You watch Ben when he's been pushed back. He hasn't an idea what to do. It's when he's coming forward that he's dangerous. When he's been pushed back, he is not effective. He nullifies Ben's power and strength when he comes at him. That's what he's got to do. Feint, come forward, use the jab, keep him back, take his time and rest, and then throw his combinations.
Just short with the right. If you like, it's the body punches going to do it for Ben. The right hand are going to do it for Eubank. Ben spitting blood. Suspicion that Eubank's elbow caught him in the mouth.
This is a war of
a foul each, if you like.
That's what
Eubank getting the jab to work.
That jab, push Ben back, and then work on his combinations. Ben, on the other hand, has got to come forward, whack Eubanks about the body, and then switch to the head. You know, they say when 8 rounds go by, or 6 rounds go by of a very difficult and tough fight, your thinking goes out the window. And it's the guy who's the fittest who's able to think under pressure, even when he's tired.
Oh,
look at that for a right hand. My God.
And the left. And then groggy, and the left eye completely closed now. The champion in desperate trouble on the ropes. The left eye completely closed.
Badly shaken.
But spitting defiance at the challenger.
He's badly hurt.
Oh. Coming back. Again. Steele says fight on.
There was at least one of those body shots that went straight below the belt. But Eubanks is really feeling those body shots. He can't allow Ben to come in. He's got to do what he's done earlier on in the round. Keep him away and hit him as he's coming forward.
Ben has only got one eye left. He cannot see out of that left eye now. Good round for the challenger, despite the late glory by the champ.
Absolutely brilliant. This is one of them fights that is good to watch, and not so great to be involved in.
I'll tell you, we've had 7 rounds. You can't pick a winner. Let's take a look at this now. Look at this.
That's that right hand. Oh, I'll tell you what, that is a shot and a half. It went right down to his boots. And yet he shook his head in defiance and called Eubank to him, which Eubanks can't afford to do because of those tremendous lethal body punches that Benn's throwing.
Fair credit to Nigel. People have been asking questions about his chin, but I think he's answered a few of them tonight because he certainly stayed there for a tremendous right hand for Chris Eubank.
But I tell you, that eye is going to be a fearful handicap now. The corner are working flat out on it, but that solid dynamite right hand from Eubank closed that eye. Now, what have the corner managed to do? Nothing. Round 8.
You can't say the fight's warmed up. It's been in top gear from round 1. I don't know how you've got it scored, Dave, if it's going to go to a decision, but it's got to be a very difficult one to score.
I've got Eubank a notch ahead, but if you were to argue the other way, I wouldn't disagree.
Now, Eubank's adopted the right policy, challenging for a world title. He's gone out there to try and take it off of Nigel Benn. He isn't trying to steal it. The hunter has now been hunted at this stage of the game.
Benn is fighting like a true champion. He has taken an awful lot, and that eye damage is wicked. He's never been hurt as well. Oh, right hand and down.
Chris disputing that he got caught, but
compulsory 8. I don't know what Eubank was complaining about.
This is a war in every sense of the word.
Back comes Eubank, and back comes Benn.
Eubank keeping himself together under the sustained assault from Nigel Benn. Staying cool and calm and collected, which is very important for him to do. Coming back with good shots of his own as well. This fight certainly lived up to all the hype on Ballyhoo.
And more, and more.
Absolutely.
Crowd getting behind Benn.
Good right hand from Nigel there as well.
Eubank composed.
Is he ever? But full credit to both fighters. They've both gone out there as one expected and lived up to everything they predicted.
Well, we had the first knockdown, remember, in this round. Then down with the right. No, Eubank, I should say. Eubank, stop complaining, get on with the fight.
In Benn's corner, they're absolutely screaming frantically at him to come forward and throw shots. They seem to feel that Eubank is in a lot of distress. But Chris is the master of kidology.
Crowd once again bring up the chants of Nigel.
A lot of venom being pumped out. The quality of the fight stayed top of the range right the way through.
I don't know why Eubank doesn't go straight back to his corner. It seems a daft thing to me. Take another look
This is this right hand around the back of the head. In actual fact, Eubanks was complaining that he'd slipped on the water in the corner, but that was it seemed like a half-decent right hand over the top. And of course he complained all the way through the count to the referee.
Gives the round to Nigel Benn, though. How would you score at the moment, Barry? I know you're not keeping a scorecard, but general impression of the way it's going.
Remember, Benn is the champion, and it's always difficult to beat the champion without beating him convincingly. And at the moment, Eubanks is, I feel, slightly behind.
And let's not forget we have 3 American judges, and American judges place great store on aggression.
Definitely.
There you have the 9th round. These guys are in some condition. It seems like now Ben has had a round of success where he's put Eubanks on the floor and he's hurt him a couple of times, and he's now growing in confidence. Eubanks has got to keep his composure, use the jab and hit Ben as he walks in, because he's only got the one eye. He can't see that right hand travelling over the top. If he disguises it with a left jab, he can cross the right hand very quickly and can end the fight, because both fighters are very, very tired.
And you start wondering now whether this might possibly go the full 12.
That's what Eubanks has got to do. Every time he hurts Ben, Ben stands on the ropes and calls him forward. He's got to stay away because he punches better from a distance. And he's much more damaging puncher from a distance, whereas Ben hits most devastatingly in close. He's a hooker and an uppercutter, and those body punches in close are just lethal. He's got to stay away and hit him from a distance. If you notice all the way through the rounds, Dave, the previous rounds, the only punches that have badly hurt Eubanks are the body shots. Even the one in the last round that put him down, he still shook off the effects of it, but it's the body punches that have been hurting him up to now. He's got to keep him at distance and he won't get hit with those body shots.
Next talking, winging in. Eubank complaining to referee Richard Steele, still having none of it.
This is the sort of a fight that makes you an old man. There's only so many of these fights left in anybody. And let's not forget that Nigel Benn has had quite a few wars in the last 2 years. So are we saying that Eubanks is fresher at this stage? I don't know, I'll tell you. Condition of both fighters is tremendous.
Oh, that was a slip. No knockdown. No knockdown. Just a slip.
Good refereeing from
Eubank scoring well with the jab this round.
Oh, right. Oh, this is it.
Gone.
This is the end of it.
Gone.
This is the end. This is the end. Referee's got to step in soon.
Ben trying to come back. I think this is a desperate round for the champion, who's so tired.
He's really at 6s and 7s here. He's in big trouble. Eubanks has got to take this opportunity. Here we go.
It's all over. It's all over. He said what he would do, and he has gone out and done it.
I hate to say I told you so, but I did say it would be a late round stoppage for Chris Eubanks, and I'm right.
What a fight. Brilliant.
Absolutely lethal.
Right at the top drawer, up there with the best fights I've ever seen.
One of the best. Fantastic.
Well, I tell you, it is a privilege to have been at ringside for this fight. The man is extraordinary.
Now here we have the two fighters coming together. They've both got admiration for each other. They'll put their arms around one another and say, well done. What a fight.
It was a tremendous decision from Richard Steele. Absolutely wonderful refereeing. Ben gave it all. Eubank almost out on his feet. We're going to talk to the new champion now. Gary Newbon's up there. Chris Eubank.
Can I just say this? You are crying now. Now, all we've seen is an arrogant Chris Eubank. This is an emotional Chris Eubank.
He extended me like I've never known one could be extended. He's definitely, the man is just an animal. I mean, his strength, he's not an animal. You come over to me, you shake hands and that. He's an unbelievable puncher. And I said I wouldn't embrace him or anything, but you see, he's won my respect, you see, because he hurt me up the guts. He opened my tongue's open. He hit me with shots I never knew existed.
But you keep saying that. The thing about this fight is you have hit him with so many shots that have had him rocking.
Listen, what's my name, Chinny? Chinny? His name can't be Chinny. I hit him with everything, man. Karen, I've done it. Dad, I love you, Dad. I've done it.
Well,
come on.
It's an amazing performance, and it's surprised a lot of people. I'm sure you'd love to see the end of it. Talk to us about it.
My corner, Ronnie Davis kept on telling me the 1-2, the left, the straight left and right hand. The right hand over the top with a straight right hand, and I just kept on trying. He said I was going to lose it, so I could nick it, but I was going to lose it. But this man is a phenomenal puncher. Don't give up, Nigel.
But Chris, Michael Nunn was watching at ringside. Now, looking at if you're going to go forward, you're going to have to start keeping your guard up.
Sometimes my guard being down helps. I don't know. I'm in too much pain to talk, really.
What? Pain?
I'm in too much pain to talk.